Have you ever felt worried that scammers are coming up with new tricks every single day, especially to target seniors? As we age, life should become calmer, but unfortunately, the world is not getting any kinder. Technology has given us so much comfort, but it has also opened the door for criminals who are looking for the right moment to strike. What once felt safe can suddenly become a trap, and sadly, it is often the most trusting and kind-hearted people who end up falling victim. That is why staying informed is not just a choice, it's a necessity. Protecting your hard-earned savings, your peace of mind, and your independence depends on it. In today's video, we are uncovering 5 fast-spreading scams that are fooling seniors all across the country. Each one looks believable on the surface, but behind the mask lies a dangerous scheme that can cause real harm if you don't recognize it in time. From fake voices on the phone to online tricks that seem completely real, these scams are smarter than ever before, and seniors are the biggest target. Stay with me until the very end, because the last scam I'll share might be the most shocking of all. Understanding it could save you, or someone you love, from painful financial loss. By the time you finish this video, you won't just know the warning signs, you'll feel more confident and stronger about protecting yourself in today's world. Now let's begin. Number 1, the tech support scam. This scam is spreading rapidly, and it especially preys on seniors who may not feel as comfortable with technology as the younger generation. It usually begins with either a sudden pop-up on your computer screen or a phone call. The message sounds urgent: your computer is infected with a virus, your bank account has been hacked, or your device will shut down unless you act now. That feeling of alarm is exactly what the scammers want. When we panic, we're more likely to trust the person who appears to have the solution. On the phone, the scammer sounds professional, polite, and helpful, sometimes even claiming to work for well-known companies like Microsoft or Apple. Step by step, they guide you through a so-called fix, which usually involves giving them remote access to your computer. And once inside, they can see everything: your emails, saved passwords, and even your bank accounts. Some scammers don't stop there. They ask for money, often calling it a small service fee. But instead of normal payment methods, they'll ask for gift cards or wire transfers, because these are untraceable. What starts as $100 or $200 can quickly grow into thousands as they invent new problems to fix. The cruel part? Many seniors only realize the truth long after the money is gone. Take Harold's story as an example. Harold, a 78-year-old, was calmly reading the news on his laptop when a warning message suddenly flashed on his screen. It said, "Your bank account has been hacked, call this number immediately." Scared and wanting to protect his savings, Harold dialed the number. On the other end, a so-called technician convinced him to download a program that gave the scammer full access to his computer. Within minutes, the stranger was moving files around, pretending to solve the issue. Then Harold was asked to pay $200 to secure his account. Believing it was urgent and reasonable, he paid without hesitation. A week later, Harold discovered that not just $200, but much more, had been stolen. The lesson is simple: don't feel ashamed if this happens to you. These criminals are trained professionals at deception, and even the most cautious people can be tricked. What matters most is learning the warning signs. If you ever see a sudden pop-up telling you to call a number, or if someone calls out of the blue claiming your computer is in danger, stop immediately. Close the screen, hang up the phone, and reach out to a trusted family member or your bank directly. And remember this: real companies do not operate this way. They will never call you out of the blue, and they will never demand immediate payment through gift cards or wire transfers. Once seniors understand this, not only can they protect themselves, but they can also warn others. Talking openly about these experiences removes the shame and replaces it with empowerment. Every shared story has the power to save someone else from falling into the same trap. By staying alert, asking questions, and refusing to rush into decisions, you are protecting your finances, your identity, and your peace of mind. Number 2, Medicare and health insurance scam. Another fast-growing scam among seniors involves Medicare and health insurance. It often starts with a phone call from someone who pretends to be a representative from Medicare, Social Security, or a health plan provider. The caller might sound professional, even quoting your Medicare number or pieces of personal information they've stolen from elsewhere. They may claim you qualify for new benefits, free medical equipment, or discounted prescriptions. But the goal is always the same: to trick you into handing over sensitive information or agreeing to costly, unnecessary services. Why does this scam work so well? Because seniors care deeply about their health. These scammers prey on that concern, creating a false sense of urgency. They might say you must confirm your Medicare details to keep your coverage active, or they might scare you into thinking you'll lose your benefits if you don't cooperate immediately. Take Margaret's story as an example. Margaret, an 81-year-old widow, received a call from someone claiming to be from Medicare. The caller told her she qualified for a new diabetes monitor, completely free. All she had to do was confirm her Medicare number and date of birth. Trusting it was a helpful offer, Margaret gave the information. Within days, boxes of medical equipment she never ordered began arriving at her door. Soon after, she discovered thousands of dollars in Medicare claims filed under her name. By the time she realized what had happened, the damage was already done. The truth is simple: Medicare will never call you unexpectedly to ask for personal details. They will not pressure you over the phone, and they will never threaten your coverage if you don't respond right away. If you ever get such a call, the safest thing to do is hang up immediately. And if you're worried, use the official Medicare phone number printed on your card to confirm. Trust only the contact information you already have, not what a stranger provides. If you're still with me and finding this information useful, type number 2 in the comments below so I know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, take a moment to do so and turn on the notification bell. Your support helps us continue creating important videos that keep you informed and safe. Number 3, online shopping and delivery scam. In today's world, online shopping has become a lifeline for many seniors. It's convenient, it saves energy, and it allows you to get what you need without leaving your home. But unfortunately, scammers have turned this convenience into another weapon. This scam often starts with an email or text message that looks like it's from a well-known retailer or delivery service. It might say there's a problem with your order, or that you need to click a link to confirm your shipping details. Sometimes, it warns that a package cannot be delivered until you pay a small fee. On the surface, it feels believable, especially if you actually shop online. But behind the message is a scammer waiting to steal your money or personal information. Here we'll continue by showing examples and warning signs. Number 3, online shopping and delivery scam. Today, online shopping has made life easier for many seniors. You can order groceries, clothes, or even medicines without stepping outside. But with that convenience comes a dangerous trap: scammers using fake websites, false ads, and phony delivery notices to trick people. Here's how it usually begins. Maybe you see an ad for something you've wanted, offered at a price that looks almost too good to be true. You click on it, and the website looks professional, complete with shiny pictures, customer reviews, and a secure-looking checkout page. But once you place the order, the product never arrives. And worse, now the scammers have your credit card number and billing address. Other times, the scam comes in the form of a text message or email saying your delivery has failed. It might urge you to click here to reschedule. That link often leads to a fake site designed to steal your personal details or even install harmful software on your device. Take the example of Robert, a 72-year-old retiree who loved gardening. One day he found a website selling high-quality tools at half the normal price. The site looked trustworthy: great photos, glowing reviews, and a smooth checkout system. Excited, Robert placed an order. But weeks went by, and nothing came. When he tried contacting customer service, the phone didn't work and the emails bounced back. By then, not only had the scammers taken his money, but they also tried making extra charges on his credit card. It was a painful reminder that even small purchases online can be risky. Delivery scams work in a similar way. Scammers send out texts pretending to be from shipping companies. The message says something like, "Your package could not be delivered, click here to confirm your address." For seniors expecting medicine or a gift from family, this can feel urgent and believable. But clicking the link can lead straight to fraud or identity theft. The emotional hook in these scams is the sense of expectation. When we're waiting for a package, the thought that it might be delayed makes us act fast without thinking. And that's exactly what scammers want, immediate action without caution. The best defense is to treat online safety the same way you would treat your front door. Just as you wouldn't hand your wallet to a stranger knocking unexpectedly, don't hand your personal details to a website or message you don't fully trust. By staying alert, double-checking links, and using only official websites, you can enjoy the convenience of online shopping without falling into these traps. Number 4. Romance and companionship scam. Now we come to one of the most heartbreaking scams of all, the romance and companionship scam. These schemes prey on one of the most basic human needs, connection. And sadly, they often succeed because loneliness can be so powerful in later years. It usually begins with a friendly message, maybe on social media, a dating site, or even through email. The scammer presents themselves as warm, caring, and attentive. They claim to share your interests, your values, even your life experiences. At first, the conversations feel genuine. They listen, they show kindness, and slowly, trust begins to build. But once that trust is strong enough, the requests for money begin. Unlike tech support or delivery scams that strike quickly, romance scams unfold slowly, sometimes over weeks or even months. The scammer might say they are working overseas, or that they've run into a personal emergency, or that they just need help to visit you. Their stories are crafted to tug at the heart, and because they've already invested time in building the relationship, the victim feels compelled to help. Many seniors end up sending money not just once, but repeatedly, believing they are helping someone they care about. What makes it so cruel is that the victim not only loses money but also the emotional bond they thought was real. Number 4. Romance and companionship scam. Among all the scams seniors face, perhaps the most heartbreaking are the ones that prey on loneliness. These scams target the natural human need for love and companionship, and they succeed because the desire for connection never fades, no matter our age. Take the story of Eleanor, a 74-year-old widow. She joined a social site just to stay in touch with friends and family. Soon, she was contacted by a man who claimed to be a retired military officer. He was attentive, charming, and seemed to understand her loneliness better than anyone else. Weeks of warm conversations followed, and Eleanor began to trust him. One day, he shared a story about being stranded overseas with no access to his bank account. Out of compassion, and believing in the bond they had built, Eleanor wired him money. But once she did, the requests grew larger and more urgent. By the time she realized it was all a scam, thousands of dollars were gone. What hurt just as much as the money was the emotional loss, the betrayal of trust. That's the cruelty of romance scams. They don't just steal money, they steal confidence, hope, and sometimes even the ability to trust again. Many victims carry shame and embarrassment, often hiding the truth from their family until it's too late. So how can you protect yourself? The first step is to recognize the warning signs. Be cautious if someone you've never met in person quickly declares strong feelings. Be suspicious if they always have excuses to avoid meeting face-to-face. And remember this, a genuine friend or partner will never pressure you for money, especially early in a relationship. Awareness is your strongest defense. By understanding how romance scams operate, you can still enjoy social connections without falling victim. And when you share what you've learned, you don't just protect yourself, you help protect others too. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below so I know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to subscribe and turn on the bell, so you never miss videos like this. Your support helps us keep creating content that informs and inspires. Number 5. Investment and prize scam. Now let's move on to one of the oldest tricks in the book, yet still one of the most effective, the investment and prize scam. The disguise may change, but the goal is always the same, to take your money while making you believe you're about to receive something big. On the investment side, it often begins with a phone call, an email, or even an online ad. The pitch sounds exciting, a stock that's about to explode, a piece of land overseas, or a special bond that supposedly beats the market. The language is always urgent, act now, or you'll miss out. But in reality, what they want is your money in their pockets, with no intention of delivering on any promise. Once the money is gone, so are they. The prize scam works just as well. You might receive a letter or call saying you've won a lottery, a sweepstakes, or even a dream vacation. At first, it feels thrilling. After all, who doesn't like to hear they've won? But then comes the catch. Before you can claim the prize, you must pay taxes, processing fees, or shipping costs. That is the red flag. Real lotteries and contests never ask winners to pay up front to collect their prize. Yet, in the rush of excitement, many seniors hand over their credit card details or write a check, only to realize later that the prize never existed. Take the story of Frank, for example. The story of Frank, investment and prize scam. Let's take the story of Frank, a 69-year-old grandfather who loved playing the occasional scratch-off ticket. One afternoon, he received a phone call that seemed like a dream come true. The caller congratulated him on winning a foreign lottery. The voice on the line sounded official, even giving a badge number and offering to send documents for confirmation. All Frank had to do, they said, was wire $3,000 to cover international taxes. Believing this could finally be his lucky break, Frank complied. But the promised winnings never came. The money was gone forever. And what hurt him most wasn't just the financial loss, it was the realization that his trust and hope had been used against him. That is how these scams succeed. They manipulate two powerful emotions, hope and fear. Hope that you might finally achieve a financial breakthrough, and fear that you'll lose the chance if you don't act immediately. Scammers create fake deadlines and intense pressure, urging you not to tell anyone. They might say, don't share this until it's official, or act within hours or you'll lose everything. This isolation is intentional. Because the moment you pause and talk it over with a trusted family member or advisor, the scam quickly falls apart. The truth is simple, real investments always carry risk, and no one can guarantee big returns without it. Real prizes never require you to pay money up front to claim them. If someone pressures you with promises that sound too good to be true, that's the clearest sign it's a scam. Always slow down. Take a breath. Verify through a trusted financial institution, advisor, or family member before you send a single dollar. Remember, urgency is the tool of scammers, not of honest opportunities. By recognizing these tactics, you protect not just your wallet, but also your dignity, your peace of mind, and your future security. And when you share this knowledge with your friends, neighbors, or community groups, you do more than protect yourself, you help protect others too. Awareness truly is the strongest defense. Final thoughts. As we close this video, I want you to pause and reflect on the 5 scams we've uncovered together. Whether it was tech support, health insurance, online shopping, romance, or investment and prize scams, each one shows just how clever and ruthless criminals can be. But here's the good news, each one also shows the incredible power of awareness. Knowledge is your shield. It protects your money, your identity, and your peace of mind. Yes, it can feel unsettling to realize how widespread these scams are. But being cautious does not mean living in fear. It means living with wisdom, strength, and confidence. Every time you stop before clicking a link, question a caller who pressures you, or check with a trusted friend before making a decision, you prove that you are stronger than the scammer who tried to deceive you. Scams will keep evolving, but so will your ability to see through them. With every new piece of knowledge, you become less of a target and more of a protector, not just for yourself but for your loved ones and community. Hold on to this truth: you are not powerless. You are prepared, capable, and resilient. And that is something no scammer can ever take away from you. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned and how you plan to use it in your life. Reading your thoughts not only motivates us but also helps others learn from your experiences. And if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss future videos. Your support allows us to keep creating content that informs, protects, and inspires. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.